and welcome to this week's PennEnergy News Update. On behalf of our generous sponsor, Deloitte Center for Energy Solutions, who made this broadcast possible, I'm Hilton Price. Good news from Iraq and a disappointing growth forecast from China were reflected by a price drop in oil markets last week, but neither was stronger than sanctions against Iran when it came to ruling oil prices. The numbers rebounded before the end of day trading. Iraq is announcing it has raised oil production to a 30-year high of more than 3 million barrels per day. Meanwhile, China has cut its 2012 growth target to 7.5, an 8-year low. But it was sanctions against Iran that continue to cause unpredictability in the oil markets. The Iran sanctions stem from multiple events within the Middle Eastern nation, including efforts to maintain a nuclear program and threats to close the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. oil rig count rose to a new record last week as energy companies boosted exploration to take advantage of crude prices topping $100 a barrel. Baker Hughes reported exploration rigs totaled 1,989 at the end of the first week in March. The oil rig count was up by 28 to 1,293. The current tally is the highest since Baker Hughes started breaking up oil and natural gas rig counts in 1987 and is way above the previous year's count of 801. A boom in domestic oil exploration is responsible for the increase, largely caused by new drilling technologies and rising crude prices. The U.S. oil and gas sector was responsible for the creation of more than 140,000 jobs in 2011, according to a report from the World Economic Forum. The jobs represent 9% of the total jobs created in the U.S. in 2011. The WEF report shows a strong connection between the energy industry and the global economy. The report says the oil and gas industry is responsible for 37,000 jobs in 2011 and indirectly responsible for an additional 111,000 jobs. The growing boom in the U.S. oil and gas industry, largely due to shale oil and new advances in fracking procedures, is being cited as a major factor in the uptick. Other arms of the energy sector, like wind and solar, also helped spur job creation. However, those numbers were significantly lower. BP has reached a proposed settlement with the Plaintiffs' Steering Committee regarding economic losses and medical claims stemming from the Deepwater Horizon accident and oil spill. The PSC acts on behalf of individual and business plaintiffs in the multi-district litigation proceedings pending in New Orleans. BP estimates the cost of the proposed settlement is approximately $7.8 billion. This includes a BP commitment of $2.3 billion to help resolve economic loss claims related to the Gulf seafood industry. The proposed settlement does not include claims against BP made by the United States Department of Justice or other federal agencies, or by the states and local governments. The proposed settlement also excludes certain other claims against BP, such as securities and shareholder claims, and claims based solely on the deepwater drilling moratorium or the related permitting process. Thank you for joining us this week. For these stories and more, go to PennEnergy.com.